So there are two people who we now know really, really, really want to be president on the Republican side. So Mike Pompeo, apparently Brian Schwartz of CNBC is reporting that Mike Pompeo has been recently meeting with donors in New York. He's floated himself. He wants to be a possible 2024 contender. Quote, he's basically already running for the presidency, said a person familiar with Pompeo's meetings. Also, Mike Pence, just the other day, he gave this speech. And I think in his mind, it was like this big thing that everybody was paying attention to. Not only was not everybody paying attention to it, I've only seen like maybe 25% of the news outlets are bothering to talk about it at all. But what he said in that speech was basically, listen, I'm against what happened on January 6th. I believe in law and order. That went way too far. It was an attempted insurrection. Trump and I are never going to see eye to eye on that. It was a terrible thing that should have never happened, and we need to all speak out in unison against it. But every other aspect of the presidency with Trump and myself was wonderful. And we love tax cuts for the rich, and we love Wall Street deregulation, and we love our tough, strong man foreign policy where we continued the wars. And so he's trying to position himself. I think this is what's going on in his mind. I'm the more reasonable Trump. I'm the guy who's going to give you all the things that y'all want with him in terms of policy without being a psycho. So support me. That is so hilarious because it misreads the room completely when it comes to the Republican base. You think you're going to win a Republican primary with that argument? Mike, they like Trump because of the Trumpiness. They like Trump because of the thing that you're denouncing. Trump's policies on their own merits? Are you kidding me? If you go issue for issue and poll people, what do they think of this policy or that policy or that policy? I'm not sure there's a single policy of Trump's that would be over 50% approval rating. So Mike Pence is inverting the thing that, like, inverting the message into, like, the least popular message he could, and clearly he wants to run for president. So 2024 could be hilarious on the Republican side, I'm telling you, man. Mike Pompeo is Jabba the Hutt. He has the charisma of a dirty diaper. There's nothing interesting or intriguing or unique about him. He's just this, like, Jabba the Hutt clone who's never met a war he didn't like and never met tax cuts and deregulation he didn't like. Why would anybody support you, bro? I mean, the nerve of these people. See, they don't understand the appeal of Trumpism to the base. That, like, a lot of it has to do with the brashness and the arrogance and the culture war stuff, and then he sprinkled in a little fake populism to go along with it. They don't have the brashness, Pence and Pompeo. They don't have the arrogance. They don't have the certitude. And they don't have the dash of populism. They would crash and burn so hard. Listen, I don't want to be too definitive about Pence because there is an outside chance that he would at some point make a run at it on the Republican side to win a primary. Solely because of name recognition and stuff like that, which matters a lot in politics. But for Pompeo, son, I'll pound the gavel right now, ski. He's going nowhere and nowhere fast, and it's hilarious that he thinks anything else is going to happen. So I'm going to watch and eat my popcorn and take it in stride and enjoy it because, man, you got some goofballs on the right. Because imagine Big Daddy himself jumps in this shit. You got Pompeo and Pence who are trying to, take parts of Trump and smooth out the rough edges, and then Trump could just go in and bulldoze the whole shit and be like, you're going to get 1%, you're going to get 0.3%, shut the fuck up and get out of my way. I sort of want to see that just to laugh, but I also don't want to see that because as of right now, Trump is still their most popular figure, and so he might take another crack at it. So according to Bill O'Reilly, Trump definitely does want to run again. So, careful what you wish for, but hopefully they all eat each other alive.